Now Kessler was sweating. His bluster cracked. I didn't profile nobody. I was checking a suspicious... A woman sitting and drinking tea? Jamal cut in. A woman who did absolutely nothing until you chose to violate her dignity? You're twisting. No, officer, Jamal said, stepping closer. You're caught. The diner door opened once again. 4 more officers entered, ones who did know Jamal, ones who had seen him speak at City Hall, ones who had shaken his hand at the community forum last month. Jamal, one of them said, stunned. What's going on? Kessler pointed at them desperately. Back me up. She refused ID. She was acting... The other officer looked at the overturned chair. The spilled tea. The frightened woman. The sea of phones recording. Then he looked at Kessler. Ray, what did you do? Kessler's voice cracked. I was doing my job. No, the officer said coldly. You were abusing it. They took his badge. Right there, in the diner, in front of everyone. The room erupted in whispers and chattering breaths as Kessler stumbled backward, pale and shaking. Jamal watched silently. His mother whispered, Let's go, baby. But the officer who had taken the badge approached her gently. Ma'am, on behalf of the department, I am so sorry. She nodded without anger. Protect better next time, she said softly. By that afternoon, millions had watched the video. By evening, Kessler's name was trending worldwide. By nightfall, the police chief had announced an investigation, and Kessler had been suspended without pay. Comment sections exploded. She handled it with more grace than I ever could. Her son stepping in like that? Iconic. This is why recording matters. The diner customers, heroes. Memes were made. Edits were posted. Civil rights groups reached out. A news anchor said, This moment may redefine accountability in policing. And somewhere in a quiet living room, with her tea reheated this time, the woman at booth 6 sat beside her son. You didn't have to come in, she said. Jamal smiled gently. I'll always come in, he said. She leaned her head on his shoulder. Maybe today, she whispered. The world remembered that we belong everywhere. In the weeks that followed, new policies were introduced. Community trainings were expanded. Kessler voluntarily resigned. Ruby's Diner added a sign near booth 6. Be kind, be just, be human. But the woman never sought fame, praise, or compensation. She only wanted one thing, dignity. And on that rainy Tuesday morning, in a small diner lit by neon reflections, the world finally saw what dignity looks like. A quiet black woman who refused to break, a son who refused to bow, and a badge that finally learned the weight of its own abuse. Thank you for watching. End of story.